Hello and welcome back to Stationers. My name is Bigfoot. We're back playing our new Vulcan save. We have a lot to do and no time to do it, but as you can see, we have got most of the roof of the hangar all done. Got a little bit more to weld up over there, but for the most part, that's almost done. And then, of course, we have to do the sides, so not too much longer on that hangar. I'm going to have to work on those hangar doors down there at some point, and that can then become a very large airlock. Anyway, let's grab up our gear and get going. In between episodes, I have done a bunch of mining, and I have used up all of the iron that I have mined. As always. The two satellite bases that we have, I have gone ahead and replaced the power wire from the solar arrays to the battery, even with the transformer. For some reason, it was still blowing the wire in during a solar storm. So I've gone ahead and upgraded those to the heavy cables. Let's go ahead and grab up our project boxes. Steel sheets, I probably don't need those right at the moment. What do we have in the project boxes, you ask? I made another mountain of pipes because we ran out of the last mountain. Because pipes are in never-ending demand. I wish there was like an empty all button. Unpack all. We have a bunch of chips for the machines. We're going to need lots and lots of chips. Some icy housings. I have also made a bunch of digital valves. Made a bunch of pipe analyzers. Some flashing lights. And lots of cables. Into the dark hole you go. Okay, so where to begin? Where to begin? Let's go ahead and start, I guess, by cabling up all of these guys. You did not merge, right? Okay. It did not merge. That's good. Now we'll do the pumps. Okay, got all the pumps wired, got all the machines wired. Excellent. This one I've kind of mostly left because I'm not sure what we're going to do with that one. Might have to turn that area into some kind of steam and condensation. I don't know, we'll figure that out. Okay, so with all of that, let's grab up those khaki pipes. We'll need to connect these. There we go. Now I'm gonna need a couple of more pumps. We need a pump for you, a pump for you. All right, looking great, looking great. Now I think I'm going to put on pipe analyzers. Do one there, there. Yep. Alright, let's get those guys wired in. Now I think I have a liquid pipe analyzer around here somewhere. I do. I'm going to slap that guy right on up here. Turn that... Want the cable pointed down, but we want it... Come on, just like that. There we go. Alright, let's get that guy hooked up. Used up all my yellow cables again. No biggie. Okay, so all of those are going to be what we use to measure how much pressure and whatnot temperature we have in our tanks. Because we can't use this guy because it's after the pump. Alright. Let's see, we'll need to recolor all of those at some point. Alright, but I think this is pretty much hooked up and ready to go, so we can actually start to use this just kind of as is, as a dummy system. Just operating it manually for now, if we have to. But let's work on figuring out the cooling system here. I'll probably put these frames back, but I just want to move them out of the way so we can kind of see what we're doing. And I think it definitely needs the frame because that just looks silly. So it needs to have that support. So we'll go ahead and toss down some frames here. And we'll leave another few that we need. We'll need a couple more large heat exchangers up there anyways. Alright, so let's go ahead and put grab up some of them. Oh yeah, I still don't have a blue can for some reason. Let me go get a blue. Now, with blue pipes, we're gonna want to have... I want to have this kind of like a unified look to it, and I think I'll have a walkway up here. So it's going to kind of block our tooltip here, but that's all right. So much stuff. Yeah, that should be fine. So one thing I'm just trying to figure out is where we're going to put the valve. I think we're going to have to put the valve here. That only gives me 2 pipes to deal with cooling. Not going to be a lot of heat transfer. We could replace that guy with a small inline tank, however, if the capacity isn't good enough. Let's go with that for now. I think that's the right way. Yes, it is. This one I might switch out for a liquid cooler to deal with our liquid tank. I think that might be a good idea. So much stuff in the way, everywhere. All right. That is all fine and dandy. Okay, so with the flat walls there, that'll give us this nice little like tunnel back here to still be able to deal with those things. I kind of like the industrial look of having it just like open, but I kind of wanted this shelf idea. I thought it might make it look a little cleaner. The other idea is to have some... Didn't print any.
Hangar caution.
Once all of the spaghetti is gone, then we'll have another little nub come down and put a pipe meter here. Just in case of power outage, we'll have another meter that we can read off of. And then in the back there, we'll have a valve. But I don't think I can have the valve there. I think it has to be kind of like in the middle. We'll get to that, because we can run gas up that way, and we can also run gas down that way, and if we don't... I don't want to have two valves. That just seems silly. Let's go ahead and switch this guy out. I love it when the deconstruction stage is all one tool. It's very handy. Alright, so we need gas and liquid, and of course it's going to put the frickin' liquid pipe on the wrong side. So much for symmetry. Wrench and pipe. Alright, well, all you gotta go. Yep. That's so annoying it's on that side. Can't be helped, I suppose. Alright, so I'm going to need some insulated liquid pipes to run that one. Let's see. So now I just need to hook all of that spaghetti up to new spaghetti here. Maybe I just drop it down from up top, from right here. That way we can still have a walkway here. Pipes come down here and then over, leaving us a walkway here. I think that would make the most sense. So since you're the most nearby one, oh, 5 is too big.
Waste tank caution.
10 is too big. There we go. Something like that. And then we'll go up, and then over. Missed. That's not going to work because we need the Larry. I don't know how far up he needs to go. So we'll come out to here. Up to here. This is just getting the concept down. We can always move those around. We'll have to move those around. They can't stay like that. Alright. Let's get carbon dioxide going.
Hydration critical.
Alright, lastly. Whoops.
Hunger critical.
Oops. So three piece, please. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Alright, let me go take care of vitals. Get rid of the incessant beeping. Okay, I'm back. For now, we're just going to work on getting our 3 main gases hooked up to the cooling system. I'll probably do the other ones maybe off camera or something. Or I don't know. We'll see. Now I think for this side, we'll actually go opposite. We'll drop the gas being cooled from up top into there, and then we'll come down this way with the cooling stuff. I should say, with our coolant. So we'll do something like that. Yep. Oh, that was the wrong way. And then we need a 3-piece. There, there. I think that's just gonna have to be straight. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, nice. Alright, that'll take care of cooling on this side. Yep, that's the right way. Perfect. Alright, and then the reason that you want to have the valve on the coolant side is because if you had it over here, oxygen might freeze at the temperatures that we're working with, or some of the other gases might not be able to get down that cold. So we have it on the coolant side that this side will warm up the remnant in there, but it won't freeze. So we got to prevent the freezing. Okay, let's grab up a yellow cable here. Jump. I don't think I want to go up. I think we just go down with it. Could have it run around on the ground. Could run it through here, but I think with the frames there, that's going to block off access to that. So we don't want to do that. So I think we should run it over here. Although it makes more sense to do it on the other side. We run it around this side, that way, if we need to, we can expand more that way. Which means we're going to have to do a little something like this. And now I think I'm completely out of cables again. Not enough to finish. I can get some more cables here in a minute. Let's go ahead and bring this guy out. Yeah, we can connect it in there. That is a terrible spot for that. Absolutely no reason for that to come up and over. It's below 100 degrees in here. That's amazing. Let's go ahead and name this. So you're going to be the water cool valve. You are the O2 cool valve. CO2 cool valve. And you are the N2 cool valve. The others will name O2 analyzer, CO2 analyzer, N2 analyzer, H2 analyzer, methane analyzer, pollutant analyzer, N2O analyzer, N2O filtration, pollutant, methane, hydrogen, nitrogen, CO2, and finally oxygen filtration. Phew. And then we have our waste gas analyzer. Alright, now let's just take a look at these guys. So you're not going to tell me how far above you need to be, but I think Larry needs 3, so I'm assuming that it needs to be up this high. Yeah, that looks a little too low for me. So I think it's got to be like that high. And then I guess technically that would be a station. Ah. Oh, that's corner station. Station. So you have to be up that high? My goodness. It certainly doesn't give me as much room as I thought I would have. You guys look like you're in line. So that's kind of what we're working with. So cargo Larry's going to come down there. He can grab filter. That just seems really too far. Are you sure we're up that high? Placement blocked. Yeah, I guess you gotta be up that high. Alright. Okay, how's our AC doing? Has dropped down in pressure, just to be expected. We can just quickly add a little bit more. Our temperature is increasing. Oh, because we're still trying to cool down the room. I got it. Alright, so I guess for our distribution, we'll have to do something like that. Analyzer can go there. Or the valve, excuse me. That all looks fine. I need some valves. Yeah, let's have it on that side. Because then it'll be on the same side as that. Make cabling a little bit easier, nicer. So you're gonna go there, there. Thought this place was haunted, but apparently the centrifuges are powering down. It's such a horrible noise. To be in the correct spot. And there as well. Although you might have different equipment, because you're going to have to go from a gaseous state into a liquid state and then store you as a liquid. So you might actually become a liquid tank. Yeah, we'll deal with that later. let's go ahead and get these guys at least connected up like the other ones. There we go. Come with mountains of pipes, and then they're all gone. Nice. Okay. Yeah, why not? This will probably move. Somewhere in here we're going to need to have a door. Could put an interior door here. Have that pipe come down here instead. Interior door for this area. Alright, while we're waiting for more heavy cable to print out, I figured we would let's work on this just a little bit. So I need to move you up here because that's where our power is coming in. Go the wrong way. Oh, still the wrong tool. There it is. I think for the moment I will just hook these up like this.
Hangar caution.
Come on. Straight piece out that way. This is just giving me the ability to use this as an airlock. Kind of, sort of. one. Job's done. There we are. Now if I come in here, these all need to be set outward. Haha. Nice. Okay. Let's weld up these final frames here. And then down the middle of the greenhouse, we're going to have this 3-wide guy here. I'm thinking I'm going to maybe do like 2 sets of solar on here. It's away from our mountain, kind of. It'll still block some of the morning, but it'll give us a pretty good panoramic view. Nice. Need to get some pipes to route that up over that way, but with that completed, and all of those completed, we now have the... Oh, I gotta move this guy too. We now have the floor of our hangar done, but also the... Sorry, the ceiling of our hangar done, but also the roof of our greenhouse done. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm excited. This whole area is going to become plant haven. We're going to need to get some darker ferns somehow, somewhere.
Oxygen low.
Whoa.
Oxygen critical.
Alright, let's head inside. Dunk. So standing on the radiators, it's a nice 81 degrees. We did get some more cables.
Hydration critical.
Really? You gotta start that now? Fine. Yeah, we did the wraparound on the other side. I guess technically I should have had these facing the other way. I would have saved a couple cables. Come on. Oh well, it's more uniform I guess like that. Alright, let's try and get these guys wired up.
Hangar critical.
Okay, and again, the N201 might change, but for now, we're just gonna connect everything up as we are. As if everything was equal. Can always make changes later. Now, water. I'm gonna need to figure out a place to put the water. Another big issue that we have is the combustor right now is broken. So keeping the old school combustor is ideal, but that means we have to make waterway over there and then pipe it in. But we can deal with that later. So let's go ahead and finish up the greenhouse, or the hangar roof, by rerouting these, not smokestacks, but industrial waste. Done a little bit lower, but I think with welding you up like that, we'll be alright. I hope. These guys will have to expand out that way, that way. It shouldn't really go down. So you're going to need to do kind of like a similar thing. Oh no, I have more. Yeah, I have more. Yep. Come on. go. And cap. Bing. Excellent. Now we should be able to just weld that up. Done, done. Yep, then I weld those up. I can weld up the side ones. Alright, and these ones over here are done. So that is our hangar roof and greenhouse floor completed. Man, the amount of steel that went into that. Unbelievable. Okay. Like it. I like it. Airlock works good. Alright, I think on this note, we're going to go ahead and call it for the day. We've done a pretty good job getting our atmospherics going. It's pretty much ready to go. We're going to have to do some coating to make everything function together. But other than that, it is basically ready to go. Now we just have to hook up a million lines or a million miles of piping and all throughout the base to get all that stuff going. So still a lot to do. Still no time to do it, but a huge amount of progress on getting our atmospheric room. Anyway, I hope you all had fun, and I will see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.